What's up everyone, this is VideoBox here with the deck profile for you guys, and today we'll be discussing Evilswarms. Yeah, see that glare? Okay. So this deck has been increasing in popularity, and I figured I'd give a first look before it becomes legal. And I'll start off with 3 Heliotropes, 3 Saber Sauruses, 2 Rescue Rabbit, 3 Evilswarm Caster, and 3 Evilswarm Mandragoras, along with 2 Evilswarm Thunderbirds, and 2 Evilswarm Salamandras. Oh yeah, and also 2 Effect Veilers. That's it for the monsters. For the spells, I have Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Allure Darkness, Reinforcement of the Army, 2 MSTs, 2 Forbidden Dress, and 3 Infestation Pandemic, which is a really good card. Again, I'm just going over the cards really quickly, and I'll explain any strategies in a little bit. For traps, 2 Deep Prisons, 2 Bottomless, Solemn J, Solemn W, 1 Infestation Infection, and 1 Exceed Reborn. Now onto the extra deck. I have Evilswarm Ouroboros, 3 Evilswarm Ophion, which is a key card in this deck, 1 Evilswarm Bahamut, Evilswarm Nightmare, you can see that there, 1 Logia, and 1 Dolka. And generic Exceeds, Utopia, number 50, Maestroke, Degusto Emerald, Gaga Cowboy. And I made room for 2 Synchros, which are Miststorm and Ally Justice Catastor. So now I'll be going over some of the basic strategies of this deck, and yeah. Alright, so the main purpose of Evilswarms is to actually summon Evilswarm Ophion as quickly as possible. This is the only reason why I run 3 of this guy in the extra deck above anything else. And I'll explain Ophion in a little bit. And generally the easiest way to do it would be Rabbit into 2 Heliotropes. Then you overlay them, and then you get Ophion. But if that engine isn't readily available to you, you can also use Castor. When he's normal summoned, you can normal summon another Evilswarm monster from your hand during the same turn that he's normal summoned. So you basically make use of multiple summons. And also through Evilswarm Mandragora. It works like Cyber Dragon, but it's not as restrictive. Basically, all that matters is that the opponent controls more monsters than you do. So you can already control something and then still be able to special summon it from your hand. So yeah, anyways, after you have 2 Evilswarm monsters set up, you can summon Ophion. And Ophion is really powerful because as long as he has materials, no one can special summon anything level 5 or higher. So that already shuts down like some big name decks like Mermails, Prophecy, which is gaining some popularity. You know, anything that can summon Christia, I don't know, Dark World can't summon their Grapha or whatever. And Ophion is also good because when it attaches, you can search for any infestation, spell, or trap from your deck to your hand. And the main one you want to look for is Pandemic, which works like a Forbidden Lance, but it saves all your Evilswarms from spells and traps. And it's a quick blaze spell, so after you search for it, you can set it, and then just set on Ophion and Pandemic. So yeah, that's pretty much the main strategy of Evilswarms, or Evilswarms, is to summon Ophion and then just kind of stun and restrict your opponent's moves. And the rest of the deck pretty much reflects on that. But I'll also discuss some of my tech choices, which is 1 Infestation Infection. This basically works like a Reinforcement of the Army, but the only drawback is that you have to return an Evilswarm monster from your hand or on the field into the deck in order for you to search for one from the deck. But because it's a continuous trap, you can use this effect pretty much whenever the hell you want. You know, after it's active, obviously. So for instance, if you want to do like a caster play, you normal summon it, and the opponent tries to bottomless trap hole it. You can chain Infection's effect to send back caster into the deck, and then search for an Evilswarm monster. The funny part is you can even search back the same card that you returned. And on top of that, because you normal summon caster this turn, you're allowed to normal summon another Evilswarm monster. So, yeah, this card is really good if you know how to use it, and it's really fun. And my next tech choice is one Exceed Reborn. This card is actually really good because if you summon Ophion quickly, as you should, and it somehow dies, I mean, monsters don't generally stay on the field longer than 2 or 3 turns, so yeah, Ophion most likely will die. So if it's in the graveyard, like right there, then you have this set. If the opponent tries to special summon anything like anything strong, like a Grappa or something, you see that they have a Dark World monster on the field. You can activate Exceed Reborn, get back your Ophion from the graveyard, attach Exceed Reborn to Ophion, and because Ophion is a material again, the opponent can't special summon, or nobody can special summon anything level 5 or higher. So yeah, pretty restrictive there. It's a really dirty play, but it's fun. And on top of that, like I know my build has specific cards, but there's also cards that you may want to consider for your own decks if you choose to build them. Another card I really like using, or I would like to use, is Kitos. It's basically an exiled force for spell and traps. This is very good in the side deck. You know, like if the opponent has like really annoying cards like Skill Drain or whatnot, you can summon him, tribute it, and then destroy the bothersome card. And another card I like is Evilswarm Oblivious-Wisp. This card is really good because anything that battles it will have its effects negated after damage calc. So let's say like Archlord Christia is preventing you from doing something. If Christia attacks this, all of Christia's effects will be negated, and you're free to special summon again. And Oblivious also negates the effects as they go to the graveyard too. So if Sangan were still legal, it would stop Sangan. So yeah, those are my Evilswarm techs. And I know some builds also run Darkarm Dragon, but late game it's not that great because you may already have a lot of darks in your graveyard, but if you draw it early game, you won't have enough. But if you choose to run Darkarm Dragon, it almost makes you have to run Salamandra, because Salamandra can remove monsters in the graveyard to increase its own attack. So you can get a stronger monster, and it also makes room for Darkarm Dragon. And the reason I run Salamandra as well is because it's a dinosaur. So you can also do Logia or Dolga plays with Sabersaurus if you happen to draw into them. Next, you can also run Thunder King Ryos to kind of make it more stun variant. And if you run 2 Ryos, 2 Veilers, I guess you can throw in some random bullshit like Blackluster Soldier or Chaos Sorcerer. But I think that kind of takes away from the consistency of the deck. But it's still an option nonetheless. And also, if you have room, you can run stuff like Tragodia and Gores. Why not? And because Evilswarms play like a stun deck, you can also run Starlight Road to protect your back row, because you'll have a lot of back row. And then Torrential Tribute is also another card you can run. I don't main deck Torrential Tribute because you don't really want to clear your field, because it's not likely the opponent will summon something that will endanger your field, especially when you have Ophion already. And then Infestation Terminus works like an Icarus attack. I like this card a lot, but I don't have room for it. And then Pot of Duality, pretty much adds some consistency to the deck. You can run it or not. I don't like it because you want to special summon your Ophion as soon as you can. And then other extra deck choices that you can also choose to run would be 1 Excalibur. You basically overlay 2 casters. 1 number 16 Shock Ruler. If you don't want to run Ouroboros, you can probably run this guy. Or you can run 1 Bylon de Sigma, which has a pretty useful effect. But then again, these take 3 level 4 monsters, but they're really good. But yeah, this is basically my first draft of an Evilswarm build. More than likely, I'm going to change it up a bit. But if you guys enjoyed what you see, leave a comment, with any suggestions that you guys may have. And yeah, until next time, this is VideoBox with my Evilswarm deck. And yeah, peace out, guys.